Hey Max, thanks for being here in this space powered by Latin Lead to get closer to the Asian startup ecosystem. I'm Catherine Castillo, and it will be a famous talk from now to know a little bit more about TalkPush. ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien, gracias, Catherine. Thanks for having me.
Bienvenido a nuestro espacio.
My pleasure.
Well, first question. Tell us about TalkPush and what is the inspiration behind it?
TalkPush is a company I started noticing that emerging markets had millions of people looking for work and very eager to work, to enter the workplace, but there was no easy way for them to apply and to be noticed. And I thought most of the big software technology companies in the market, dominating the market, were so focused in North American and European market that they made applying for a job complicated, and they created artificial barriers for entry for talent to connect with the right job. I thought it's such a great opportunity for me to make a difference and also deal with really big numbers, really high volume. And I thought, the more data you handle, the more volume you handle, the more you can develop intelligence and insights and build that into a long-term advantage for your business.
Good. And how's the push using emerging techs to transform traditional industries?
Traditional industry in my world are the recruitment as it used to be done, business as usual. And when you imagine a recruiter doing their work, at least in the old way, you imagine somebody who is looking through a resume, who is picking up the phone, asking them interview question, checking if they're available, and then getting them to come, and then doing a lot of coordination work. And it's very repetitive, actually. There's certainly some great careers to be had today in recruitment, but there's also, a lot of jobs that can be automated that are kind of boring. And we use technology such as natural language processing and voice analytics in order to automate the conversation with the candidates. And then we use technology like RPA, robotic process automation, in order to accelerate the decision process so that something that would typically take a 20-minute phone call and then a 5 minute follow-up conversation and discussion internally and a few days before you could get back to the candidate is now done within a few minutes using these technologies.
Amazing. And last one but not least, how would you describe your experience venturing into the Latin market and why Latam?
Latin America is possibly the second biggest market in the world. If you look at it from, maybe third biggest after China and North America. If you look at it from a population standpoint, the amount of the market, the size of the market that speaks one language. Europe is such a fragmented market. Asia is very fragmented as well, actually, with the exception of China. But even in China and India, you have a lot of different languages. Latin America is one language spoken all around, and you could have an office in Mexico, in Colombia, and you can cover the entire continent. And that's something we don't have.
Less Brazil, no Brazil, but the rest, yeah.
They're different. But in Asia, we don't have that. Every country speaks a different language, has different behavior, so very often a different alphabet. So it becomes harder to build a giant software business anyway. So I think that's what's really attractive and exciting. And then the two markets are kind of similar in terms of where they are in their economic growth and developments. And so I think probably there's a lot of similarities just if you look at the consumer market.
Well, Max, thanks for sharing this space with us, and thanks for telling us more about TalkPush.
Thank you, Catherine.